years ago, there were only 8 winemakers in Hawke's Bay, and when 10 acres of Chardonnay were first planted here on Ngatarawa Road, it was the largest vineyard in the region. Gary Glazebrook and Alwyn Corban converted an old racing stables into a winery, and Ngatarawa wines were off.
Hi, my name's Alwyn Corban. I'm the founder, managing director and chief winemaker at Ngatarawa. I've been here 32 years. We established the winery in 1981. I'm the 4th generation winemaker in my family, and I welcome you here to spend a few moments with us.
Alwyn's winemaking whakapapa has serious pedigree. His family came to New Zealand in the early 1900s and started making wine out in West Auckland. Generations of Corbans have since upheld that family tradition and continued to change and grow with the industry.
This photo was taken at the Salvador about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And there are 4 generations of the Corban family in this photo. They were all born in New Zealand. I'll start with myself.
Right,
yeah.
I can tell that's you, yes.
My dad, winemaker for the family business, Corban's Wines, for 30 or 40 years.
And who's he talking to? Who's this handsome young man?
That's my son, Abraham.
Oh.
This is Brian Corban, who is Dad's cousin, but he's my business partner here. And this is Brian's father, Najib.
Now this photo's interesting.
Well, it wasn't an easy ride for the pioneer winemakers, and the temperance movement was very strong in New Zealand about 1919. We didn't quite get prohibition like they did in the States,
no.
But it was just so close. What saved the day was the vote of the soldiers coming back from the war.
Oh, good on them.
Exactly. But the winemakers had to campaign strongly to maintain the business.
Right.
And this is my great-grandfather here who's overseeing operations, and this is the family out picking. This is my dad's generation again, and this is when they were celebrating 60 years of family winemaking. Dad had studied at Roseworthy in Australia. He'd come back and he'd instigated a lot of modern technique, if you want to call it that. This is Brian's father, Najib. He was an amazing man, really, because he was blind for most of his life, but he was a very hard worker. He knew his work, he knew how to prune, he knew how to plant vines, and he knew how to cultivate vines.
Chardonnay, it's such an important variety here in Hawke's Bay.
What makes it so good is I think it's a natural fit for the climate. It really makes itself in the vineyard. The balance in the wine's natural, the sugar, the acid, and the flavour.
And so the Alwyn Chardonnay, this is kind of the top.
It have been years when we haven't made it because we felt that the wine hasn't been of that quality because of the season.
Oh, wow. This is the 2010, isn't it? The one that got the trophy?
2010, yeah. It's also got
a yellow diamond.
Bit of green in there too, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Bit of a green hue.
But it smells like beautiful sort of grapefruit and peach and tropical characters, all kind of mixed together in a really lovely oak bowl. Fruit, a little bit of toast, and clean, focused acidity. An amazing length of flavour.
But the other really great thing about this style of Chardonnay is it does age, that the balance in the wine means it will age for a long time.
Ngatarawa has a timeless quality about it. Not only the ambience, the buildings and the trees, but also the people. And one of those people is Peter Goff, who's worked alongside Alwyn for the last 23 years. Peter, looking at the ground, there's a distinct sort of reddy, kind of ruddy colour to it. Is that something that's unique to this little
Bridge
triangle?
Bar Triangle? Yeah, it is. You've got to imagine that 10,000 years ago, the Ngatarawa River was running over here. Wow. And so underneath here, about 40 or 50 centimetres, is the old riverbed.
You've been with Ngatarawa for, 20-odd years.
Alwyn and I had been friends through the 80s. Like, you can imagine how small the wine community was. I mean, you could count us on,
I'm just imagining you both with little leather ties
No, it wasn't quite that. It was the 80s, but...
and mullets.
A stubby free zone. I think Alwyn and I shared a passion for sweet wine as well, which he was doing in the 80s, which kind of hooked me a little bit as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, we had a kind of casual kind of friendship through the 80s that blossomed into a, working relationship from the 90s onwards.
I'll hold the glasses. You just concentrate on pouring. And then I'll give you the smallest one. I can smell it. Just as you were pouring it just then, I got this amazing kind of waft of plum.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, there's this beautiful breeze coming over. I don't even need to put my nose in the glass. I can smell it.
It's almost like fruit cake, isn't it? You know, you can imagine
Christmas cake.
Yeah, it's got the spice and the fruit in it, and kind of like a little bit of licorice. Yep.
Anise. It's really lovely. In terms of the Merlot, you get that really plummy, opulent, really generous mouthfeel. And, you know, I've tasted some pretty thin, weedy, nondescript Merlots in my time, but when you get a good one, it's just a whole world opens up.
Yeah.
It's just
I think it's got that,
stuff.
you know, it goes out to the sides of your mouth and fills it. But what I like is that sort of suppleness in the palate. You know, it's got a velvety kind of texture to it.
Velvety, yeah.
I think this is kind of a premium time. You know, that sort of 5 to 10 year period for Hawke's Bay Reds I find is a really nice time to drink them. You shouldn't drink things on their deathbed, really. Not your deathbed, but the wine's deathbed, you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, I'd like to drink something like this on my deathbed. Send me off into the great ether.
I'd like to levitate on champagne, I think.
You'd like to levitate on champagne? Okay, we could levitate on champagne, but I tell you what, they could crack a bottle of that over my coffin as I was being loaded to the ground, and I'd be perfectly happy. Thank you very much, Mr. Goff. Cheers.
Good health.
Ngatarawa has grown over the years. Since 1999, it's been owned and operated by Alwyn and his cousin Brian Corban, and they've worked tirelessly to grow domestic and international sales. And in recent years, Alwyn has been instrumental in developing the market for New Zealand wine in China.
They love our wines.
Great.
And they recognise the quality for us, but also the style of the wine that we produce here in Hawke's Bay in particular is really suited to their palate. They want wine that is soft in acid and soft in tannin, but has fruit flavour. And the wines that we produce here really fit that bill.
So when was the fruit for this harvested?
This is 2011 vintage, and it's from 10-year-old vines that we planted to celebrate the family centenary.
It's so peppery, but there's pepper, but there's sweet red fruit around the outside. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, how far off is this from being in a bottle?
This will be very close to bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, within the next 2 months.
Of course, all the winemaking prowess in the world isn't worth a jot if you can't get your wines out in front of the people.
This is our Stables Sauvignon Blanc Pink.
And that's where this woman steps in.
Stables Sauvignon Blanc, one of our most popular wines.
I was going to say, it actually smells like, there's more sort of tropical kind of fruit there. And I was thinking, well, that's, it's kind of classic sort of Hawke's Bay Sauvignon character. But having a little squiz on your label, it says Hawke's Bay and Marlborough. That's a cunning thing.
Yeah, we have a small portion of Marlborough in it, which adds that aromatic zing.
Well, that packs a punch. Yum.
Got a lovely body.
You've been here for a while now, haven't you?
I have indeed. I've been here since 2001.
I'm going to do the maths. Hold on. That's 12 years.
It is, just about.
Wow.
And it was baptism under fire when I first came here.
How do you mean?
Well, it was 6 weeks before the New Zealand Corban family centennial of grape growing and winemaking in New Zealand. I met just about every member of the extended Corban family, and it was like hosting 3 giant weddings one day after another.
What do you want visitors to kind of take away from their experience here at Ngatarawa?
They've stepped into a timeless space with wonderful heritage and hospitality, and they've tasted some really lovely wine that they have genuinely enjoyed, and they go away feeling really good.
Of course, a little afternoon snack in front of the stables is guaranteed to make you feel good too. It's going to go really nicely with this little pimento. Pass me one of those prawns, Joe. What would you say has been your proudest achievement?
There's been lots of happy moments, Yvonne, but really I think what we're doing now is what gives me the most satisfaction. What we're doing with the wines, what we're doing with Ngatarawa, what we're doing with new markets.
Cheers. Cheers.
Good health, folks.
Hurrah. Oh, how's that sun? Further up the Ngatarawa River at Mangatahi is a tiny family-owned vineyard. It started out as a romantic retirement plan growing olives for Bob and Carolyn, then became a family business when son Douglas and his wife Julie got involved. So now this family plays and works together in the vines.
Welcome to Fresh.
The only person missing from this family portrait is Bob, who still has the odd spot of work overseas. And today, he's in Singapore.
Okay, now the missing husband, Bob, he's always been in IT, and so to become a grape planter and olive tree planter was quite a difficult step for Bob, but he's done it very well. We're very pleased with the way he's stepped into this, so that's my husband again. In his planting here.
Far away from being in a suit in Singapore there, isn't he? Why suddenly segue into grapes?
That was the men. That was the men. They thought we had space behind the houses as well, and they thought it would be really interesting to have grapes as well. And the grapes have just sort of taken over. We love the olive trees to look at, but the grapes are the business, really. The olives are the sideline now.
What's it like working so closely with your son and daughter-in-law?
Douglas has done all the work and all the studying, so we absolutely have to bow to his knowledge on anything to do with the wine. I think for two parts of a family living in such close proximity, we do amazingly well. We're not the Kennedys. This is not the Kennedy compound, you know. Unfortunately,
Oh, so we got the wrong address.
Douglas has full control over the whole winemaking process, and it was inevitable that they'd build a winery of sorts on site. He makes over 9 wines from the 5 varieties of grapes they have in the ground, and this is one he's very pleased with.
All right, this is our 2011
Tempranillo.
Tempranillo.
Ooh, nice sort of earthy colour. Are you going to join me?
Oh, of course.
So why Tempranillo? Why not, classic kind of Bordeaux grapes?
We could grow Merlot here, and our neighbours do particularly well with it. But we wanted to have a point of difference.
Did anyone think you were crazy for putting it in so far inland?
Yeah, I was told by a lot of experts
Right.
that it wouldn't work. One of the joys that I really have it in the winery is that it's my winery to play. So I will every year have a bit of a tutu with something a bit different. And some work, and we've been very fortunate as the years go on, they seem to be more successful. So like a rosé, for instance, it's a Tempranillo and Viognier co-ferment. And then we decided to do Sabot. And Sabot's Pinot Gris with a little bit of Semillon to crisp it up.
Yum.
And then we just keep the sweetness by using a little bit of sweet Viognier.
So what does the taste remind you of?
Well, it reminds me of Tempranillo. What else is it going to do? I get dark cherry. You usually get quite a savouriness from it. There's that spice.
Kind of meaty, spicy note, yeah.
Yeah. Can show chocolate, can show a little bit of coffee sometimes. This one will probably start to show that with another few months under its belt.
Now, you're a car fan.
Oh,
If you were going to liken this, what we've got in our glasses right now, to a vehicle, what would it be?
An Ascari.
An Awati?
An Ascari.
An Ascari?
It's an Italian sort of interesting mid-engine fast thing.
Is it something that I could drive with the top down and the scarf in my hair, and look sort of reasonably sophisticated in?
No.
Oh, well then I'm not interested.
You'd be pretty bored by then. But you'd have a lot of fun doing it.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed.
To Ascaris, whatever they are.
Ascari.
Oh, Ascari.
Yeah. A.S.
Douglas doesn't get round the vineyards in an Ascari, but he can still show me the vines in style. Hollywood style. As well as looking after the kids, Julie still finds time to deal with the office and sales and distribution.
This is Chico's Bodega.
This is Chico's Bodega. Wow, look at that colour. Oh my gosh.
So this is Viognier picked in 2011. I love it. It's going to be very special indeed.
Marmalade and crushed almonds and citrus and toffee.
Very little of that fusel.
I don't even know what you just said.
We love making dessert wines, and I'd be pretty happy if this was the last one I ever did.
This is just outstanding, Douglas. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers indeed.
Oh, fantastic. Lunchtime. So what's in the decanter?
That is the Special Reserve Tempranillo. It actually hasn't been labelled yet, so you're one of the first people to try it.
Wow. That's magnificent.
the land itself motivates you, and
I
where
like
we
that.
are.
That's kind of poetic.
It's what makes the wine more so than the winemaker, in my opinion. In the winery, it's my job not to mess it up.
Please don't messing it up, you paisley poet. Cheers! Hooray!
If you look at this incredible Art Deco winery building, you'd be forgiven for thinking you were in Napier, the Art Deco capital of the world. But no, actually the Mills Reef Winery, cellar door, tasting room and HQ is nestled in the tiny Tauranga village of Bethlehem, only 10 minutes from the surf at Mount Maunganui.
How are you?
Good. Towel?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was fantastic.
Great way to unwind after a hard day in the winery.
Oh, it is. It's, one of the big reasons that we're in Tauranga is the ability to, at work, big day at work, and just walk out and this. It's fantastic.
So I know that you were a bit of a workaholic for a number of years, but...
As every winery, it was really hard work at the beginning, in those early days. It's a classic New Zealand small business story, really. Walking onto a piece of land with my father, Paddy, in 1980, with his building skills, converted a cowshed into a little working winery. It's a fantastic lifestyle, it really is, and the weather and everything. The only thing it doesn't do is produce fantastic grapes, so we do go elsewhere for that. We wanted to make what we enjoyed.
Yeah.
So focused on Hawke's Bay and those big Bordeaux Red, Syrah, Chardonnay, now Sauvignon Blanc.
Mills Reef have 2 vineyards on the famous Gimblett Gravels. Their latest is their Trust Vineyard, but here on Merry Road is the original land where it all started.
It was 1989 that we started out the Mills Reef brand.
And was that when you planted here?
That's when we purchased the...
when you purchased the kind of area.
The land and started the planting of these varieties. I think the credit really's got to go to my father, Paddy, back in those days. He really recognised the area, the gravels. They weren't called the Gimblett Gravels then, of course. It was a pretty derelict sort of land that wasn't worth anything. The gravels that were left by the great floods in the late 1800s by the Ngatarawa River came through here and just left layers and layers of river gravel. So we've got them 40, 50 metres deep. It's incredible. So here we are today with Syrah, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, Malbec, and
the whole lot. So it's the
smorgasbord
of reds and some Chardonnay.
It sure is, yeah.
So this is called the Merry Road Vineyard. The vineyard on the corner of State Highway 50 and Merry Road, that's got a name?
It's called the Trust Vineyard.
Trust Vineyard.
Yeah, a lot more savoury flavours from that Trust Vineyard than what we get here. We get a lot more florals and things in the Elspeth Merry Road. Probably the holy grail of Mills Reef is the Elspeth Syrah. So that's the pick.
That's the pick.
That's the pick.
This is just, it's unmistakable. If someone had a blindfold on me and put this in front of me, I could smell it and go, oh, Gimblett Gravel Syrah. It's so pure.
That's the best thing about Syrah, I think, is the aromatics. You could just sniff it all day if you wanted to.
Yeah, what do you get when you smell this wine? I get peppercorns and all sorts of
stuff. It's got some nice white peppers. It's still got some beautiful underlying black currants. There's that nice dried herbs character coming through it.
Well, yeah, you know what you're talking about.
It's definitely a nice harmonious wine, really quite silky and quite luscious.
So what would you eat with this wine if you had your choice?
Probably just more Syrah. I know it'd probably go down nicely with a piece of venison or something like that. A nice sort of a game food. It's got some really nice strong flavours to sort of complement the strong flavours coming out of the wine. We're very fortunate to have the Integral barrel, which is...
I'm sorry, the what the barrel?
The Integral barrel.
The Integral barrel.
Integral barrel. It's a great way of producing Syrah.
And so that's how you break up the cap as it's fermenting?
Yep, so we're not breaking up any seeds or anything like that.
So you're not plunging it,
we're not damaging anything. We're getting small batch fermentation, so hence we get a better colour extraction. We get some really silky tannins that develop from it.
So it stays pretty much in the barrel right up until almost bottling?
Right from square one.
So not as much kind of hardcore work.
No,
but you don't want to tell the boss that. You want him to think you've been working really hard, so you deserve a good wine.
Exactly.
Okay, cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
So this is our Trust Cabernet Sauvignon 2010.
The cellar door is always buzzing at Mills Reef, and Elspeth plays a prominent part.
Elspeth is the prestige.
That's our top tier of wines, named after my grandmother, who was a beautiful, very elegant lady. She must have had a bit of power too. She raised 6 boys, one of them obviously my father. It's fantastic to produce wines like this and get the international awards, the local awards, with her name at the forefront. It's what I call a lot of brambly, deep fruit.
Deep fruits,
along
dark
with that
fruits.
Really dark.
Yeah.
That mocha sort of thing coming through, along with that, it's the power and the elegance. The wine does the talking at Mills Reef. If you go back to Paddy and myself, winemaking together, we're never great at self-promotion, so the wine's got to do it for us.
So the wine's doing all the hard work.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, it's doing a good job. You should give it a pay rise. Cheers.
Good health.
After a busy weekend at the winery, with the cellar door and restaurant full of happy visitors, the chance to catch up with Tim's dad, Paddy, and general manager Nick, as well as partake in the famous wine and food matches in the restaurant, it's too good to pass up.
Oh my goodness, is this a salmon?
Salmon salad, it's a star here.
Oh my goodness. That Pinot Gris was a master suggestion, Tim, with the salmon.
It matches so well, doesn't it?
It really does. How's your burger, Nick?
It's divine. Beautiful.
So you've got Reserve Sauvignon with that?
I have.
So how does it work with those flavours that you've got there?
Not a traditional match, but it goes beautifully in this case. Any wine with food is a great match at the end of the day.
You've got pork, haven't you?
I've got the belly pork here. So again, I've got the Pinot Gris, which it is quite a versatile wine, that one.
Clearly. But you're kind of defying the trend over there, Paddy, because you've got ribs and Merlot.
Ribs of lamb, though.
Ooh,
that goes with the Merlot. Lovely.
It's just lovely.
Yeah.
That's all you need to say, really,
That's
isn't
all.
it? It's just lovely. Cheers.
Cheers. Good health.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.